Here at Juniper Research, we forecast that over 6.2 billion digital identity apps will be in use by 2025. This extraordinary figure raises a number of issues, in particular, how the concept of digital identity has taken on new importance during the pandemic, and now is a key topic for many, many markets. I'm here with Nick Maynard, author of Juniper's new report in this area. Nick, first of all, let's kick off with the key highlights of this research.
Okay, so one of the key points really is how significantly this market's going to grow. We're looking at around 1 billion digital identity apps in service in 2020, and over the next 5 years, we see that growing to over 6.2 billion, which is really quite extraordinary. And that brings a lot of challenges which are explored in the report. The most important of those, which is pulled out by the report, is digital onboarding. And that's really critical, as many banks have been using sort of interim solutions that haven't necessarily offered the best experience. What's happening now is those banks are looking for permanent solutions, and robust digital identity verification is the best way to achieve that in the long term. We also discuss important details around government strategies for digital identity and how they're going to stimulate the market going forward. And we highlight really important details around identity networks. So thinking about how broader ecosystems are coming together in the identity space, and how vendors such as banks, identity verification companies and mobile network operators can work better together to provide a better experience overall.
The pandemic has somewhat boosted this market. What else would you say that's really growing this market and accelerating it going forward?
The research found that one of the critical growth opportunities is in emerging markets, and many emerging market countries are pursuing a digital-first approach to identity. So they're leveraging apps and smartphones to roll out identity solutions. And the report looks at how those rollouts are happening and what that means for the overall growth of the sector. I think one of the more important aspects here is how countries like India and China are going to grow rapidly in terms of identity. And the research identifies those trends and analyses what use cases and applications are going to drive that going forward. Also, by comparison, we include estimates for developed markets, which illustrate the market and how things are evolving in different ways. And that's really useful, I think, to understanding the market. And also, we compare the use of apps versus identity cards. And again, those are going to play different roles in different markets. So that's a really interesting comparison within the research.
The digital identity vendors play an incredibly important role in moving this market forward and developing the market. What does the research recommend for that group in terms of moving forward and driving the market forward?
I think one of the most important recommendations in the research for those vendors is that they need to build out their ecosystems, and they need to be doing that now. The broader their ecosystem is and the more partners they have, the better experience they'll be able to offer. And that's going to be really important for banks in particular, and as they try and act as a sort of launch pad into wider digital identity services. And the research has got a number of other key recommendations throughout.
Thank you, Nick. A really important market there. The new report on digital identity can be downloaded from the website by subscribers, or you can also purchase the report separately as well. Please get in touch if you'd like to learn more, or if you'd like to speak to the author himself. See you next time.